first autumn-inspired drawing is a beautiful sunflower. An easy way to draw a sunflower is to first draw a large circle, then find the middle of it and draw a smaller circle. Then you can start drawing your petals. For this sunflower, I decided to draw short and wide petals. There are many sunflower varieties, and I think they're all so beautiful. But one of my favorite ones is this one. The size of the petals is almost the same size of the center of the flower. Other sunflowers have very large center with small petals. Those sunflowers are beautiful too, and there are also sunflowers with very long and thin petals. They all have their unique beauty. Let me know in the comments if you would like a tutorial for these other varieties of sunflowers. Anyway, after you draw all the front petals of your sunflower, then you can start drawing the petals in the back. And you're done with the line drawing. All you need to do now is to retrace the pencil lines with your ink pen or any other kind of pen. I prefer to use fine liners for most of my art because I like the look of the ink art done with very fine lines. I am using a 005 Pigma Micron pen for the line of the petals and a 003 for the shading of the petals. I really like the look that a very fine pen gives to my drawings. Occasionally, you will see me here using a 01 pen as well for some of the shading. If you have seen some of my previous ink drawing videos, you probably know that I like to give a lot of shading to all my drawings and especially to my flowers. If you prefer less shading with just a few lines, that's okay too. This part of the drawing, the shading part, is what defines your art style. My art style happens to include a significant amount of shading. So, although some flowers start blooming in the summer and reach their peak in late summer, some varieties continue to bloom in early fall. So that's why I chose sunflowers for our autumn inspired drawing idea video. And also because I just love these flowers. We plant sunflowers in our garden from seeds almost every year just to see them bloom. They're so pretty. Now, for the center of the sunflower, I draw a small circle in the middle and then I draw a few curvy lines in dots going in both directions. Then, in the other circle, I draw a whole bunch of tiny little circles. Those are representing the florets that sunflowers have. And then I start shading in slightly curvy lines, again going on both directions. And I also leave some areas in white to represent highlights. There are many different approaches to drawing a sunflower, especially the center of the sunflower. Each artist comes up with a unique way to represent in paper what we see with our eyes. You can change this approach and draw anything in any way you want. The beauty of being an artist is that we have the freedom to create whatever we want, however we want. And there is really no right or wrong in art. We can choose to represent the world around us in any way we feel is best. I am using a 01 pen now because this part of the drawing it's a bit darker. So after I was done drawing this sunflower in the center of the page, I decided to draw two more half sunflowers in each opposite corner of the page. Well, I guess I should say this is not a half sunflower, they are more like a quarter flower, quarter sunflower. So, anyway, the process is all the same. I also added a few leaves for the corner flowers. I like to add an odd number of subjects if possible to make the composition more interesting. So I added three leaves on the top and two on the bottom. Some flower leaves are a little rough in the edges. They have that spiky look. And of course, I also did a lot of shading on these leaves as well. And then after I was done with the sunflowers, I decided to add some drama to this drawing and went with a full black background. For that, I used the black marker. But it did not cover 100% of the white paper. So then I used an alcohol marker over this marker to cover all the background and to give that deep black tone. Unfortunately, I do not have footage of using the alcohol marker over the other marker. It seems my camera stopped recording and I didn't notice. But just remember that if you decide to use any markers, and especially alcohol markers on your drawing, they will bleed to the back of the page. When this happens, what I usually do in my sketchbooks is to tape that page together to the next page So I don't have to look at the back of the paper that is full of messy bleeding from the marker. It kind of bothers me a little. But anyway, this was such a fun process. I really enjoyed creating this sunflower drawing. I hope you get to try this one. Our next autumn inspired drawing are pumpkins. I love drawing pumpkins. And although we are already halfway into fall and some of us are already decorating for Christmas, I felt that I could not do an autumn drawing video without pumpkins. I think this page is more like a doodle page, but it is a good drawing exercise, especially for beginners or for those who just want to relax and unwind a little. So, to draw these pumpkins, I researched online for varieties of pumpkins and squash, and I pre sketched them in pencil lines with their names underneath. Then I just added the ink pen lines and shading. I kept the shading pretty simple in this page since it is mostly just doodles, and that also gives me the opportunity to add some color later on. Having a page of simple doodles in your sketchbook with the name of the subject, it's good as a reference for future drawings that you may want to develop further, especially if you like to draw botanicals of any kind. Anything botanical such as flowers, plants, leaves, fruits, and vegetables tend to come in a wide variety. So, having a page in your sketchbook with the drawing plus the name of that type of botanical, it's very useful as a reference page for yourself. As I have mentioned before, I used online images to draw these pumpkins. But we have to be very careful about what kind of image we use for reference for our drawings. This is because nowadays in the internet, such as Google, Pinterest, and any other search engine, um, are flooded with AI images that are not always accurate. It can be quite frustrating to look for real photographs and only find AI images that are not 100% accurate and that we cannot trust. So sometimes I go to the library and I bring home as many reference books as I can carry. And as far as online search, I tend to use Pixabay to get real photographs to use as reference. And of course, if you can draw from life, if you have your subject at home to draw, then definitely that will be accurate. Please let me know in the comments what you normally use as reference for your drawings. Okay, so our next autumn drawing idea are fall leaves. For some of the leaves in this drawing, I used online references from Pixabay, and for others, I used real leaves that I picked up from the ground from trees in my area. I slowed down the video here so you can see exactly how I draw these leaves. I know some of these can be a little bit challenging, so I hope this approach I'm using here makes it a bit easier for you. In this page, I will be using mostly a 005 Pigma Micron pen, usually for the line drawing, and then a 003 Pigma Micron pen for the shading. I am really in love with the look of the 003 pen because it almost looks like silver when you're all done with the shading. By the way, in case you were wondering, I am not being sponsored by this brand of pen. I use them because I really like them and they are my favorite. I have used Faber-Castell before and they're not my favorite. They're kind of thick to hold. And I have also tried a few other brands that just don't work very well for me, like this one. So, anyway, shading with a 003, which is the finest nib, can take a long time. But I'm okay with that because to me, drawing time is always quality time. I do watch TV or Netflix while I'm working on these very long projects, very time consuming drawings, and so that helps to endure the long process. Now, for this second leaf, I could have just drawn the leaf just by looking at it and then drawing, but I decided to take a shortcut here and just trace the leaf as it is. You worked pretty well in this case because the leaf is already very dry. This was actually fun to do. I can say that this oak leaf took an active role in creating the drawing. Now, this next leaf I'm using for this drawing is not from a tree. It is from a plant that is very common here in Colorado. And it looks so beautiful when it turns this shade of red. And this leaf looks even more amazing with the sunlight. And our next leaf is from an aspen tree. It is so beautiful when it turns yellow. As you can see, the leaves I have here are a bit dry. This is because I picked them up from the ground. I don't like to take them directly from the tree. I just collect the ones that have already fallen. So this aspen tree leaf I have here does not look as beautiful as it would look if it was still on the tree. If you're not familiar with aspen trees, they are very common on higher elevations. I think usually 7,000 feet above sea level, at least here in North America. The color of the trunk is unique, and the shape of the leaves are also very unique. They are shaped kind of like a heart. But to me, what is most interesting about this tree is not the color of the trunk, is not the shape of the leaves, and it's not even how the color changes, but the fact that these leaves seem to dance when the wind blows on them. They make such a beautiful movement that you have to be in the presence of an aspen tree to truly appreciate the beauty of it. You get to see at first hand the bright yellow color against the blue sky and enjoy the sound of the wind blowing on their leaves and watch the leaves dance in a synchronized movement that only nature can create. Okay, I'm getting a little bit off track here and I'm going too poetic about these aspen trees. So let's get back to our drawing. So our final leaf is this beautiful red maple tree leaf. I did not have a sample for this one, so I used the photo reference from Pixabay. Again, I'm slowing down the video so you can see step by step how to draw this beautiful maple leaf. I hope you're enjoying this video, and if you do, please hit the like button. If you like to watch videos like this one with a few drawing ideas, please let me know in the comments. It is always helpful for me to hear a little bit of feedback so I know what kind of video formats are more useful for you. So after I was done with those two pages, I also added borders on both pages to look more aesthetic. I also retraced the names of the pumpkins as I felt that the lines on the names were a little bit dull. I really hope this autumn-inspired video was useful for you, and I hope it gives you some inspiration or motivation to draw something related to fall before Christmas is upon us. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these drawing ideas, I think you are also going to like the next video coming up. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.